Hey YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to Titan Fragrance Reviews. Now, I want to start out by those that are coming back, welcome back, and those who haven't, if you could help out the channel, hit the little subscribe button down there. That will really help us out. And likes or any comments are welcome, definitely, to help out. Feedback, let me know what I can do. Let me know future topics, things that you may want to hear about. I'll start out with a little history. I started collecting about a year ago or so. Um, and I'm close to probably about 200 bottles, give or take. So fairly balanced, I would like to think. Just want to give you my opinions, give you an idea of what I like, what I think other people might like, and ultimately, you're gonna have to form your own opinion. But I think I'm just gonna try to help out those, especially like myself, when I was coming up. What's the new one I want to get? What am I into? What seasons? And for those that just want one or two, help you with the versatile ones. Those that want to expand their collection or even start a collection, we'll help out with that too. Um, this is the second part, as I said on the other video, of my fall rotation, and I like to mix mine up a lot. So in no real particular order, I do think some of these are going to get a little more wear, but I just want to kind of go through it all, and I'm going to probably do a niche one after this as well, and I'm going to do some for the ladies out there too. That way, some, especially if you're into like sweeter fragrances, things like that, that will work well in the fall time and stuff. But without further ado, I want to start out with an honorable mention, and I mentioned this in the other video, and the reason it's an honorable mention is just because I don't have a full bottle. I only want to do things that I have bottles in my collection that I can honestly give you the best feedback on what I've come across in my wearings and occasions and things like that. But this one right here is Replica by the Fireplace. Oh my, this is fall in a bottle. Like, if you like the smell of, I do think the fall is a time when you get together with family, you are doing different events, and it's definitely scent is an association. Someone's cooking a pumpkin pie, your mom's cooking a pumpkin pie, maybe the turkey's cooking, things like that. This goes right along with it. It's just, like I said, the best way I can explain it's Christmas and Thanksgiving rolled up in one in a bottle. It is just that good. I'm gonna get a bottle of this, but that's Mason Margiela by the Fireplace. Just a normal mention solely because I don't have a bottle. If not, this would probably be one of my number ones as far as wearings. But cinnamon, I mean, it is, like I said, it's just phenomenal. I'll give you a better note breakdown when I actually get it and give you a full review if y'all want to hear about that one. But I'm sure you hear about tons of other reviewers. But I'm starting out with, I guess, number 10. Doesn't get quite as much love on my rotation. Just, it's a little bit, at first, I wasn't sure. It's if you love leather, this thing is a monster. This is Bentley for Men Intense. This thing will last and last. It is leather, a nice leather, and definitely for the price point, you cannot go wrong with something like this. Probably about mid-30s, I believe, on discounters, and this thing will last. It's smooth. It may not be for everybody, just because some people might lean towards sweet flavor fragrances and so forth. But Bentley for Men Intense is, just like I said, best bang for your buck. This thing's gonna last probably 8 to 10 hours easy, and it'll just keep on going. So, but this is kind of the number 10 spot. Bentley for Men Intense. Again, it's just, some people may not be their thing, but I love it. I think it's growing on me more and more. This one right here on the next one is Bulgari Man in Black. Now, if you saw my other one, Spice Bomb, it's probably one of my favorite fall ones. This is kind of like the more older, more sophisticated brother, I'd say. It's a little bit deeper, a little darker. The bottle's gorgeous. It actually has a really neat atomizer. You turn it, lock it in so you can't accidentally spray it. Open it, unlocks it, it'll spray. It's a mature Spice Bomb. Spice Bomb, not that it's for young kids, but it's just that's more like fun, going out. This is like dressed up, probably a little bit more, maybe going out and somewhere a little fancier. But the bottle look great in any collection, and it has very similarities to it. And I'm going to do a video later on with a lot of things, because I think Spice Bomb is probably one of my favorites, and I'll give you some alternatives to that, whether it's to, you know, a little dressier or just less expensive things like that, because there are definitely clones or inspirations of that one that I think will be great. You know, if you're balling on a budget and you want to go with something not quite as pricey as a Spice Bomb, I'll give you some different options on that, because I have quite a few of those too. But number 9 spot, Bulgari. It's got a little more, I think, incense in there or something. Don't quote me on all the notes yet, but it's if you smell Spice Bomb with the spices and somewhat semi-sweet, this is a great add to the collection there. Y'all probably seen this one. This is CH Men Privé, and this thing is gorgeous. Everyone does that. I've seen it, but the scent itself is awesome. The only reason it's a little lower on the list for me here is just because of performance. It doesn't perform spectacular. It's maybe average at best. You need to spray your clothes, things like that. But boy, the scent is gorgeous. Girls are gonna love it. So something towards that is if you are interested in someone else's opinion, especially your better half, this is You Cannot Carolina Herrera Privé. This is Carolina Herrera Man Privé. This thing is just a gorgeous, gorgeous scent. Scent alone, it's one of my favorites for the fall. Performance is just the only place where it kind of loses some ticks, some little bit of points, just because it doesn't really last, you know, a whole long time, like some of these other ones do. But definitely a must-have in anyone's collection. Smells phenomenal. You can't go wrong. Dress it up, dress it down, wear it all the time. Signature scent will not, you know, it's gonna push out a little bit. It won't overwhelm people, beast mode you, but it will definitely get the job done. Carolina Herrera Man Privé. This was kind of a recent addition. The regular Coach for Men. This is Coach for Men Platinum. This is a darker scent. It definitely, and these are all going to be designers. I guess I should have gone over that, because the niche is going to be a different one. Designers are definitely designed to be more masculine. And for those of y'all kind of new to this, I know the ones that are already into the fragrance community, you're going to know about it. But designers are typically houses that they do more than just colognes. They do other things, whether it's handbags, whether it's makeup, whether it's other things like that. And a niche fragrance is something that is strictly pretty much just perfumes or colognes, fragrances, whatever you want to call it. But this one right here is just has, you know, some vanilla. It is a woody, and it is somewhat fresh in the opening, but definitely mass appealing. No, you're not going to go wrong with something like this. Bottle's gorgeous. The regular Coach for Men is great for spring, summertime, you know, because it's bright, fruity. This is a little darker. Like I said, you could definitely dress it up, dress it down, wear it on office, things like that. It's non-offensive. It's going to do the job and do it well. But that's definitely going to make any list. And like I said, the bottle's great. Now this one, at first glance, you may think, wow, that's kind of cheesy. And many people think this is CK Shock for Men. And this is, you know, it's supposed to have like an energy note. It's some tobacco, CK, you know, you remember from our younger days, CK1, CKB, all those things like that, you know, kind of a fresh use kind of thing. But this one darkens it up with tobacco, and it is gorgeous. Sprayer is good. You can, oh man, it's awesome. Discounters, probably like $20. So it's a budget buy, balling on a budget. And that's for this huge bottle. What is this? 6.7 ounce. You spray heavy, go with it. It's going to last pretty good, at least on my skin. Great fall fragrance for cheap. I mean, and it's not cheap in quality. It's just inexpensive. You can go to discounters and do it up. You probably see these even at discount, like Marshalls, things like that. You probably find the little smaller ones, probably about $20 or so like that, or even less. Awesome tobacco in there for the price. Can't go wrong. So definitely a must-have in any collection, because it's, like I said, balling on a budget. So, you know. Now, until I got in the fragrance game, I can honestly say that a year ago, I didn't even know Paco Rabanne 1 million. I know that's crazy in the fragcom. Everyone was inundated with club and scent, this and all that, and it was kind of got played out. But I will say, their flanker here, 1 million Privé, it tones down the sweetness and adds some tobacco. It matures it. It definitely is not for the teeny bopper going to the club and trying to hang out. It's a very gorgeous scent. It's the tobacco in there. Everything, it just adds a level of maturity. It's a little more. It's still sweet. You can't get away from the million. And one thing that, Paco Rabanne. This is Paco Rabanne 1 million Privé. One thing that Paco Rabanne does is a lot of sweet scents, a lot of sweetness, but it's not overly sweet. I think it's a great ad. Still mature, can dress up, dress down. I think it's a pretty versatile for the fall. I do think it's more of a fall or evening scent, on any other time of the year too. But you can't go. That's a definite add, I would say, into a collection. I enjoy it. Now the next one is by Lalique, Acqua di Gio, All Extreme. All right, I ain't done too much wearings on it. This is a little bit more daring, a little bit more. It's got amber. I want to say it's amberwood in there. It's a type of amber anyway, and it's definitely dark. It's rich. It's a little more challenging. As your senses develop, maybe you like a little more challenging, not so simplistic. This one is definitely not going to be along the most mass appealing, but it is a great scent. And again, this was probably like 35 bucks. You go to when I refer to discount websites, a lot of people know in the fragcom, but you most of the times you can go to Fragrance Net, things like that, and get legitimate bottles and at a greatly discounted price, and you go retail. But wow, it's definitely, like I said, maybe not for everybody. You gotta like amber. You gotta like dark, deep, rich scents. Acqua di Gio by Lalique All Extreme. That's up there. Now, let me get to I say the top 3 because these are probably going to get a little bit more of the wear, but for a couple of different reasons, I think. Everyone probably had Acqua di Gio. Now, this one, by Acqua di Gio Profumo. This thing, modernized, added incense, still somewhat that aquatic. It is just a gorgeous blend. I mean, it's not a dated, it's a modernized Acqua di Gio, and it performs. It is gorgeous. You cannot go wrong with this. This you could probably go year round. The only reason and that's kind of why it's probably making this list too, because it's versatile. I mean, you can dress it up, dress it down, daytime, nighttime. It just works. It was, Acqua di Gio was around everywhere back in high school, and they just added some incense and darkened it up a little bit, and man, it is just a must-have. If you are looking for something and you don't have it, get your nose on it, and I guarantee this is a must-buy this fall. And hopefully, with all that we do here, is it may help you all find some suggestions for your loved one. Some of those hard to get gifts for people, dads, fathers, brothers. And I will do some stuff for the ladies, because I know ladies also want to have a few reviews on some of that, which I have some of that stuff coming up too. Number 2. This is Azzaro's Wanted by Night. Now this one, oh man, it's a beautiful. The whole Wanted, it looks like a revolver. It's the barrel of a revolver there. Just, man, it's a gorgeous scent. It took the Wanted DNA and it just darkened it up a little bit, and it just is so good. And it's perfect for the colder times, because it is a little darker, more, and it definitely made the Azzaro Wanted, the original, just a great fragrance for the fall. I love it. That's why it's up higher than these. I am the kind of guy that wears different ones every day just because I have so many I want to rotate through them. But this is going to be probably one of the ones getting a lot more of the usage. But a great one to get your nose on, something to go for. My last one over here, it's the DNA is y'all all probably seen and had it at one time or smelt it. This, they took the DNA of, this is from Hugo Boss bottle. This is the scent Private Accord. They have, it's got some maninka fruit, I want to say, in there. And they just took that Boss, and again, they darkened it up. That's why fall is a fun time in fragrances, because you can bring up the darker, richer ones. But the bottle is gorgeous. You'll see it's like cocoa, chocolate, a hint of coffee. So not necessarily gourmandish, but it's a beautiful bottle. And that, that hint of coffee and cocoa, for those coffee drinkers, stuff like that, it's not going to smell like a coffee shop. But boy, with that maninka fruit, it just works. It is a phenomenal DNA. It is going to be crowd pleasing. It's going to be something that smells just phenomenal on you. It comes off the skin really great. It's got some brightness to it, in the opening. It's just a well-rounded scent. I haven't smelled the scent, and I do have a couple of their Boss bottles, but this one for sure in the fall is going to be a staple. It is phenomenal. And to give you a little bit of history, a blue collar worker. So, but I do like to clean up, and smell nice. I wear a hard hat all day. And just to give you a little bit of background for it, I'm a lineman for the power company. We work on power lines, transformers, things like that. So I was going to send a shout out to all my brothers out there. Definitely stay safe, follow your rules, and do it right. And of course, to the lineman wives that have to put up with us. Every now and then, you may not want to smell us in creosote and sweat. So these are some options that you can take in and add. Just get your nose on them. I did a lot of blind buying. I just looked at reviewers, what they did. But ultimately, if you can get your nose on it, wear it, see how it comes off of you, and then go ahead and maybe to step up your game a little bit, change up a little bit, so that you have some different things, and you'll see that it's a fun thing to do. At least for me, it is. Like I said, any suggestions, comments, great. Again, give me a subscribe, give me a like, and the next one will be for the niche stuff I got, and you'll be wanting to see that one. That's got a lot of bangers.